Can anybody see that now? Does that help?
I mean, you can see it, but it stops in the middle.
Stops in the middle. What if I keep going like that, Carrie?
No, nothing's happening.
Okay. I don't know
But
if you need to worry about that, honestly, because we're not going to read it together.
okay,
I just wanted people to have access to seeing it. I will be reading it. And so, for those who don't want a traditional training, I would say if you're going, oh, I don't know, I didn't really want to sit through this today. See if you can't do it anyway. See if you can't find something in there to say, I don't know, how did I get here today? In the middle of they're going to be reading the instructions for dying, uh, because it's not likely accidental, by the way, not likely. And so, if you would, let's get prepared to sit. And remember, we're going to open the ear door for listening, which is part of the instruction. But the greater or deeper listening is actually one's whole mind body experience, and the heart mind, we could say, that results. My best recollection of the Bardo is the, how might I say this space that holds all heart mind. Maybe we could start there rather than this idea of groundlessness, the space that holds all heart mind. So whatever is arising is being held in actually not only awareness, but the Bardo, between mind states, between feelings, between experience, and within it, right? Not just between. So we don't get the idea of these solid things, which then ends up looking like this, right? More twinkling, sparkling, and radiant, which is how it is often described. Okay, got my bell. Get prepared to sit. I'm going to kick off my shoes. And you are simply listening with the whole mind body. May we offer the benefits of this practice today to all beings who are actively dying. That would include us all. And to those who love them. To those who are in struggle and suffering. To those who are in acceptance and ease. May this be a benefit. Although you have gained this life of freedom and advantage, it will not last. So keep in mind these instructions for the moment of death. And we could say this very moment. Now, during the intermediate period of the bardo of this life, decide with complete certainty that the wisdom of your own awareness, Dharmakaya, know it, and sustaining the ongoing experience of its self-radiance, the meditation, which is naturally clear, everything will only enhance naturally arising wisdom. Everything will enhance naturally arising wisdom. During the bardo of dying, when the four elements dissolve, there will be the illusory experiences of rising and falling, shaking and haziness, and the dissolution of earth, water, fire, wind, and space. Make contact with that rising and falling. The sense faculties too will cease to function. At that time, remind yourself, now I am dying, but there is no need to fear. Now I am dying, but there is no need to fear. Inquire diligently, what is death? Who is dying? Where does dying take place? Do not invite this inquiry with thinking mind. Know it. What is dying? Feel it all the way to the bone. Death is merely the return of borrowed elements. In the face of Rigpa itself, that is awareness, there is no birth or death. Within the very form of the Dharmakaya, of primordial purity, awareness itself, the union of Rigpa and emptiness, the coming together of the formed and formless. As dying exists nowhere, it is absolutely unreal. In the experience of this, generate courage and confidence, as dying exists nowhere. Can you feel the truth of that? The arising is not obstructed in any way. Earth, water, fire, wind, and consciousness dissolve into space. When space dissolves into pure luminosity, the six consciousness dissolve into the basis of all, the Dharma Dhatu. As awareness parts from the inanimate, there is an experience of pure awareness, devoid of phenomenon, devoid of form, no longer clinging to the thing. Separated from the ordinary mind, the great primordial purity of Dharmakaya dawns. Through having recognized this here and now in training, you will be freed directly in a single instant. and gain the Dharmakaya of twofold purity, the formed and the formless. This is how it dawns. But should you fail to recognize it, thereafter, clear light appearances, manifestations of the ground, will arise. Sounds, lights, and colors, peaceful and wrathful ones, fill the sky. We see those every day, don't we? By recognizing all these appearances as awareness, self-radiance, you will be freed in the original state and attain awakening. It is crucial, therefore, to recognize everything as intrinsic radiance. Everything as intrinsic radiance by its very appearance. Through recognizing the essence, you will gain enlightenment. And by that we mean complete freedom. This is how it all arises. But should you fail to recognize it, the dreamlike bardo of becoming will dawn. If you cannot rest in it, there will be another moment. At that time, by recalling a pure land, we might say pure heart, and taking refuge in the Lama and the Yidam deities, all that is good, some will find freedom in a pure Buddha paradise, awakened space. And some will gain the 7 qualities of birth in a higher realm and be assured of gaining liberation in the next life. Therefore, this most profound essence of instructions, which is like placing Buddhahood in the palm of the hand, will delight the fortunate children of my heart. This, the yogin of the natural great perfection, Logchen Zangpo, has set down. Through this virtue, may all beings equal to the vastness of space become fully enlightened within the primordial realm, one might say, this present moment. All essence in its radiance, the body and the body dissolving, being born into form and back to the formless with each breath. Recognizing the gift of this human life, and the beauty of this present moment, filled with joys and sorrows. We open completely. Everything in its natural essence and radiance, even the pain, even the grief, even the confusion, the disappointment, the guilt, all in its essence and radiance. and we rest in that primordial purity, awareness, compassion itself. Where wisdom arises, compassion is also present and boundless. The arising, the dissolving of all things with each breath. As we hold to the things, to the sixth consciousness, we will suffer. Can we open wider, resting in that loving awareness itself? Then all things and all beings become a part of that radiant, brilliant fire. And we rest in the sixth consciousness, awareness itself, without making a self, an I, a me, or a mine. And we then find the resting place in that boundless awareness that is not claimable, it is not fixable, not mine, not yours. Available, present to everyone. This becomes the base of the Tonglen practice, resting in Rigpa, in the vast, open, and boundless space. We then make contact with phenomenon, something beautiful, something tragic, and we breathe it in. And because of your awareness, it's already here and nothing to make up. If it's the bird song, you breathe it in its beauty, in its delight, in its gladness, in its joy. You send it out. We don't take claim, we don't try to keep it. We remember that it is not ours. We touch it lightly, we acknowledge its goodness, and we send it out. This is loving kindness. Training and the practice here is to offer everything. and also to recognize where we get stuck. I just was making contact with my feet, the coolness of the floor, the morning moisture on the toes. And I thought, oh, can I give those, breathe those, offer those as well? Making contact with a compassionate heart. Can we offer this completely also? Feeling for all beings in their suffering. And when we make contact with the fear, the trepidation, the anxiety, the worry, the pain, we have trained well and can also breathe it in, taking it on completely. And we send out whatever is needed: courage, strength, hope, love, compassion, wisdom, tenderness. And we offer not only the quality by deepening understanding, as we offer that whole part of that whole of ourselves. And then the breath becomes the medium of the complete exchange. No me, no you. Just wisdom and compassion. The practice every breath. And because the breath is non-denominational, no ownership, we also offer to ourselves. It is not simply to others. It pervades and permeates all beings and all things. See if you can sense the beautiful synchronicity between that which you are willing to breathe in and then that which is available to offer. May all beings who feel this too, just like me, be free from suffering. May all beings who make contact with the goodness, the pleasant, the joyful, be easeful. May I breathe it in completely, nourishing me and others, and breathe it out completely, offering it all to the benefit of all beings. If you make contact with your distress, your worry, your anxiety, breathe it in, remembering beings just like me know this too. And we open wider. We get bigger. And the heart mind gets bigger too. And we let it activate the whole of the heart mind body. Breathe it in a few times. And then we send it out, offer it completely, filled with loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity. We see beauty, we breathe it in. We nourish ourselves and nourish others. If we see pain and suffering, conflict, confusion, doubt, we breathe it in, opening ourselves and offering ourselves as an exchange. As I am able, so may all beings be able. As I am compassionate, may all beings be compassionate. And it grows us both. O boundless heart, precious and sublime. May you arise where you have not yet come to be, including this very breath. And where you have arisen, may you never diminish, but grow and flourish evermore and more. May we offer this practice to the end of suffering and the realization of true, abiding, undying happiness and freedom. So then when we wonder what's the point, or what are we doing, or why does it matter, you can remember. It does matter. There is a point. And we practice for this. So that we're easy to forget, easy to get caught up, easy to check out, easy to get confused. We can use it all. We can use it all. Nothing wasted. So whatever it is wherever you're feeling caught in dukkha, it is also just a gigantic opportunity, isn't it? To be willing to breathe it in, to stay with it, to know something about it, and consequently to know something about this world and about this life and about the way to end the suffering, because we don't have to hang on to that either. As we know suffering, this too is the path to true happiness and freedom, right in the middle of it, isn't it? Right when you go, yeah, no, I'm not for that. Well, mostly it's there anyway. And then you can take it in its parts. Which part? Well, the part that you can make contact with. And just for me in this practice, making contact with some anxiety. Making contact with some anxiety. Interestingly, not about death. Wasn't really about death. It was about all that living stuff. Right? no more or less apart, by the way. There's no this thing and that thing. Right? Recognizing, oh gosh, I don't want to have to deal with that in the middle of this, particularly. And what an opportunity. What an opportunity. Because now I'm carving something up, aren't I, into a this and that, instead of it too being a part, as it is, of what's arising. So thoughts today, experiences today. How do we stay in contact? By staying in contact with the breath, recognizing the medium of the breath itself, both the in-breath and the out-breath, as the medium for the exchange, the medium for the offer of kindness, love, compassion, equanimity, and the contact with the truth of suffering, which most of us, most of the time, are trying to find some way to get out. Except if you recognize that you're already there, then the question becomes, how do I use this? How can I contribute here? How can I benefit, by the way, as well? Not just others. How do I benefit? By the very recognition, by the very opening, by the very breathing it in with inquiry, curiosity, and infinite self-compassion. Right. So, any thoughts? I have Leslie here. Invite open to the wisdom of the heart. Yeah, it's there. It's there. We're not always able to pick it up in the moment, especially if we're caught in mind, right? As I am caught in, what do I do? How do I do it? What do I do about it? Frequently, that becomes more of an obstacle for me than just resting in the distress first. I love solving a problem. Love. And it is not particularly skillful. I might add, it might be better just to make contact with it and be willing to know it. And then know it completely. In a way, I'm mostly not interested. Because I forget that this is the path myself. There's got to be a shortcut. There's got to be an easier way. Can't I just intellectually understand this thing? Does it require my whole heart, mind, and body? Oh, yes, it does. Oh, yes, it does. And in fact, I've noticed that that's a lot more instructive, haven't you, than all the thinking. And then I can know others just like me are feeling this too. This grip, this clench, this confusion, this not wanting. And I can feel for us all. Pretty handy. Because whatever comes out of that, I have complete confidence in its skillfulness and its kindness. Robin, is somebody on? I'm hearing somebody.
I do have something to say, but I wasn't on. I mean, my mic's up. But for me right now, going through similar, it's not the stress of my father transcending. He likes passing on or transcending better. It's the stress of my siblings, just the way they're dealing with it or not dealing with it.
That's right.
Yeah, and then it's difficult for me to stay in it. Yep. Like the natural process of death is so difficult for people to be involved in.
Yes, very much so. And can you feel for that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who wants this? Especially if you have no contact till now. Like, what skill? Where'd you get it? You didn't get it anywhere. You're just being a knucklehead like we all would be if we hadn't done any prep or training or understanding or study or contemplation or meditation or prayer or work around it, right? And it does reveal itself, doesn't it?
Very much.
It does. It reveals itself, and the pain and
Yeah.
the suffering of it is revealed, right? And then you have people like in my family, and I'm sure in yours as well, who start getting grabby. So rather than deal with the dissolution first, they're just trying to secure. What about that? Where's that? Let me hold on to that. Give me that. Where's the ring? Who's selling the coins? Where do we get the, maybe we could kill them before Thursday. So when I leave, I don't feel guilty. Nope.
We have that one going on. But
Yeah, but we have all of it. We all have all of it.
Yeah.
Right. In its brilliant appearance, right? Pain shows itself as it does in the conditions. Greed shows itself as it does in the conditions. Compassion arising in all moments. Compassion now available, because if you see greed, you know how it hurts, don't you? Because you can't keep it either.
right. Yeah.
If you see denial, you know how it hurts. You can't keep it either. If you see fussing, you know fussing because it doesn't work, you know it. Can you feel for all those fussing, all those trying to organize, coordinate death, busy on the computer, looking for some relief there? I haven't noticed it there. I haven't noticed it. And I can feel for us all in our scrambling. Right, in our scrambling.
Or the anger that we haven't done enough. That comes out towards other people.
Yeah, that we haven't done enough, that they haven't done enough. Everybody's got the measuring sticks out, don't we? Let me measure that. How many were you here?
Exactly.
Well, that many. Well, you only took them to lunch. I was making dinner. Well, right? Okie dokie. And really,
Nope.
it's all artificial, right? Joko used to say, remember this, Leslie, my make-believe life. Make-believe life. The stuff I choose to focus on. To go like, see, I know something. I know the amount of this and the amount of that. I know the amount of those coins. I know the amount of the tools. I know the amount of, right? I know what hospice said. I know I'm the one that talked to the minister, right? I have the, it doesn't matter. It's,
Right.
doesn't
Right.
matter what of it is. I don't, yeah. It's really, don't waste precious time. Don't waste precious time. You'll have plenty of time to be distressed and angry and upset. But this is the moment where compassion could be useful. In the anger we all feel, right? Towards whatever. And we've all got the thing. Right? So we can all find the thing. If you have anger, you can always find a thing to put it on. So that's the practice this week. Stay in the breath. See whether it is something you can cultivate some wisdom in the arising of the present moment. What's here? What's arising now? Make contact with what you then will experience, says the teachings in the neuroscience, as pleasant or unpleasant. It will just hit you. It hits that brainstem, and then see what you can do with it. How can I contribute? If it is suffering, how do I contribute to the end of suffering? If it is beautiful, how do I share that? How do I offer that? In the knowing of that, I am now that. In the knowing of beauty, I am now also in beauty. How do I offer that? And it says the easiest way is to stay in the breath itself, breathing it in and out. So let's see how that works for us. And we'll do something else on Saturday here in the garden at 7:30. I don't know, by the way, folks, whether Greg will be here on Thursday, because I think he's getting his 2 additional stents today. So I don't know. I don't know that. I will try to get on also, just in case I can. I believe I don't have something else. But would you all please then also do some breathing in and breathing out for
I can check. I'm going to take
who,
back
is
tomorrow
going through.
and find out.
Okay, so Tanya, is this correct that Greg is going in today?
Yes, he's going in today, and I'll know more later. I have Jackson, so I'll be taking him back over tomorrow so I can find out more information and get it back to you on that.
Would you let me know?
Yes.
I'm gonna try to get on anyway, just to say hi to Greg, even if he is there, but I think there's some chance that we will not know that.
Yeah, I think he's going to be ready. So,
Thank-
yeah. Thank
We'll,
you.
whether he's there or he's not there, please send him healing strength.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. May we all be well this very day, using the breath and the whole of our heart, mind, bodies as healing agents and light in this world. And may our practice today contribute. And blessings to you all. Much love. Thank you so much. I'll be keeping in touch if something else comes up and I can't be here. I will also let everyone. Be well. Be well.